Hello and welcome to Housing TV News at the top of the hour, coming to you from our studios in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Kelechi Anure. Our top stories. Tinubu says federal government rejected ransom, expanded army after Orire abduction. Tinubu dissolves federal property privatization committee. Army probes leak of classified DAS terror alerts. In the housing and infrastructure sector, Wike seeks federal government support to complete 400 billion naira millennial tower. Bauchi secures $91.6 million ECOWAS loan for road projects. On sports, Amazon settles for bronze as Commonwealth title streak ends. On the foreign scene, Ghana moves to extend presidential term to 5 years. Now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has disclosed that the federal government rejected demands to pay ransom or release detained gang members during negotiations for the rescue of school children and teachers abducted in Orire, Oyo State. Speaking to Oyo State traditional rulers at the presidential villa, the president stated that the victims were rescued through an intelligence-led military operation after 56 days in captivity. Tinubu revealed that the Orire incident prompted a major review of the nation's security architecture, leading to his directive expanding the Nigerian army from 8 to 12 divisions. He noted that the expansion will improve response times and strengthen troop deployment to combat terrorism, banditry, and kidnapping nationwide. The president also announced plans to establish state police with strict safeguard against abuse and to restrain forest guards as frontline security personnel. He attributed worsening security to cross-border instability from neighboring Sahel nations, emphasizing the need for stronger local intelligence gathering. Commending the armed forces, Tinubu urged traditional rulers and host communities to support security agencies with timely information. He also called on state governments to prioritize road infrastructure to enhance security mobility during emergency operations. Also, President Bola Tinubu has dissolved the Presidential Implementation Committee on the sale, privatization and leasing of federal government properties, ending the body's operations after more than 2 decades. Responsibility for all matters relating to the committee's former mandate has been officially transferred to the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Prince Lateef Fagbemi. In a statement by the Special Advisor, Bayo Ananuga, the presidency noted that the committee, established in 2000 under former President Olusegun Obasanjo's monetization policy, was originally created to supervise the disposal and leasing of federal lands and housing assets. According to the presidency, the dissolution followed growing concerns that the committee had exceeded its original scope, resulting in multiple litigations nationwide. The government maintained that the continued existence of the body was no longer justified under current administrative frameworks. The directive takes immediate effect, with the Attorney General's office taking charge of all legal administrative asset matters. Former officials of the committee have been instructed to immediately cease acting on behalf of the federal government. The Nigerian Army has launched a full investigation following the leak of a classified Department of State Services intelligence report warning of planned terror attacks in Adamawa and Borno states. The confidential document, intended to alert field commanders to impending security threats, was circulated publicly on social media. Military sources confirmed that the intelligence report was officially received at the 232 Battalion in Yola before an unidentified officer allegedly photographed and shared the document online. Authorities warned that the unauthorized release triggered unnecessary public anxiety and risked compromising counter-insurgency operations. The late document warned of impending coordinated attacks targeting Michika local government area of Adamawa State and Askira Uba in Borno State, following a collapsed ceasefire. It further indicated that senior government officials, religious leaders, and traditional rulers were targeted for abduction. Describing the leak as an act of deliberate sabotage, military leadership vowed to identify and prosecute those responsible. Security forces in the affected regions remain on heightened alert to neutralize potential threats. Moving on, the Bauchi State Police Command has arrested 4 suspects in connection with 2 separate homicide cases that resulted in the deaths of 2 individuals across the state. Police confirmed that 1 suspect was apprehended for a fatal stabbing, while 3 others were arrested for an attack linked to witchcraft allegations. In the first incident at the Unguwan Kur, police arrested the principal suspect following the fatal stabbing of a 25-year-old man during an altercation. Detectives say efforts are ongoing to track down a second suspect currently at large, while the case has been transferred to the state CID. In a separate development, 3 suspects allegedly assaulted a 51-year-old man accused of causing the death of a young woman through witchcraft. The victim died from injuries sustained during the mob attack, and the arrested suspects have confessed to their involvement. The Bauchi State Commissioner of Police, Sani Omolori Aliyu, condemned the acts of mob violence and warned residents against taking the law into their hands, reaffirming the command's commitment to ensuring justice. Now we take a pause here, and up next are news stories from the build sector. You are watching Housing TV News at the hour.
Happy 20th anniversary to Africa International Housing Show.
28周年纪念快乐
Happy 20th anniversary AIHS.
Happy 20th anniversary AIHS.
Happy 20th anniversary AIHS.
Happy 20th anniversary to AIHS.
Happy 20th anniversary AIHS.
From Lenzo Homes,
Happy 20th anniversary AIHS.
From Proma Paint, happy 20th anniversary AIHS.
Welcome back. You're watching Housing TV News at the hour. Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike says completing the long-abandoned Abuja Millennium Tower project will require over 400 billion naira, making it unfeasible to fund solely through the FCT's statutory budget. Speaking after inspecting ongoing infrastructure work in Abuja, Wike disclosed that discussions are underway with President Bola Tinubu to designate the structure as a national project. The minister explained that prioritizing the iconic complex under the FCT budget would halt critical road and utility projects across the capital. He stressed that the administration remains committed to expanding the city's transport network, including the active Collector Road CO1 extension and Arterial Road N1 projects. Expressing satisfaction with construction speed, Wike commended contractors for maintaining steady progress across target sites. He attributed the timely execution of works to the administration's prompt settlement of financial obligations, reaffirming the FCTA's commitment to delivering key infrastructure before year-end. Wike urged residents to remain patient while appealing to media outlets to accurately report the ongoing urban transformation. The Bauchi State Government has secured a $91.6 million infrastructure financing facility from ECOWAS Bank for investment and development to construct and rehabilitate critical transport corridors. Governor Bala Mohammed stated that the federal government-backed agreement followed 18 months of negotiations and has been incorporated into the 2026 state budget. The facility will fund 24 strategic road and bridge projects connecting urban centers, rural agrarian communities, and commercial trade routes. The initiatives aim to lower transit costs, boost market access, and strengthen agricultural supply chains across the state. Governor Mohammed disclosed that the loan will be accessed in August, assuring citizens that the stalled urban renewal initiatives within Bauchi Metropolis will resume promptly. He reiterated his administration's goal of completing all major road works before the end of his tenure. The governor expressed optimism that the infrastructure expansion will accelerate regional economic growth, generate local jobs, and position Bauchi State as a commercial transit hub in the Northeast. Still on the Northeast, the Northeast Development Commission has approved a 100 billion naira investment for a 50 megawatt modular solar power project designed to tackle severe energy deficits across the 6 northern eastern states. NEDC Managing Director Mohammed Alkali emphasized that reliable electricity remains vital to economic recovery, education, and healthcare delivery. Alkali explained that the project will deploy off-grid modular solar installations directly to hospitals, public schools, and commercial markets. The initiative forms part of the region's master plan to address energy poverty, where an estimated 61% of residents currently lack grid access. Additionally, the Commission announced plans to roll out 10,000 locally assembled solar-powered electricity tricycles and buses to promote clean mass transportation. Dedicated solar charging stations will support the fleet, creating youth employment opportunities in technical assembly and vehicle maintenance. Highlighting regional progress, Alkali noted that the NEDC has completed over 300 kilometers of roads, constructed 150 bridges, and significantly expanded medical infrastructure. Reaffirmed the Commission's resolve to drive sustainable socio-economic development across the Northeast. We take another pause, and up next are news stories from the sports and foreign sector.
Happy 20th anniversary to Africa International Housing Show.
28周年纪念快乐 Yeah.
Happy 20th anniversary, AIHS.
Happy 20th anniversary, AIHS.
Happy 20th anniversary, AIHS.
Happy 20th anniversary to AIHS.
Happy 20th anniversary, AIHS.
From Lenzo Homes.
Happy 20th anniversary, AIHS.
From Proma Paint, happy 20th anniversary, AIHS.
Welcome back. You're watching Housing TV News on Housing TV Africa. Now on sports. World record holder Tobi Amuson has claimed the bronze medal in the women's 100-meter hurdles at the Commonwealth Games, ending her bid for a third consecutive title. Amuson completed the race in 12.60 seconds, finishing behind gold medalist Devin Charlton of the Bahamas and Jamaica's Megan Simmons. Amuson entered the final as the tournament favorite after settling dominant hit times. However, Charlton executed a commanding performance in the final sprint to dethrone the defending champion and claim the gold medal. The 29-year-old sprint star previously secured gold at the 2018 Gold Coast Games and successfully defended her title at Birmingham 2022. Despite missing out on gold in Glasgow, Amuson remains one of the premier hurdled athletes globally. Following the event, Amuson will refocus her campaign on the upcoming Diamond League final in Brussels, Belgium. The Nigerian track star aims to end her athletic season on a high note as she prepares for upcoming World Championships. Away from sports, over to the foreign scenes. Ghana's government has approved a constitutional proposal to extend presidential and parliamentary tenures from 4 to 5 years to strengthen democratic governance and continuity. The decision follows recommendations presented to President John Dramani Mahama by the Constitution Review Committee. The government also endorsed lowering the minimum age for presidential candidates from 40 to 35 years, while aligning parliamentary terms with the proposed 5-year executive cycle. Review committee members argue that the current 4-year tenure limits effective policy implementation as elements are consumed by administrative setup and final years by election campaigning. A 5-year framework is projected to offer better governance stability. The proposed constitution changes will now proceed to a national referendum in 2027, where they must secure the required voter turnout and majority approval to take effect. Alright, that's the size of the package on Housing TV News, but before we draw the curtain, let's take a recap on our top stories. Tinubu says federal government rejected ransom, expanded army after Orire abduction. Tinubu dissolves federal property privatization committee. Army probes leak of classified DAS terror alert. And in the housing and infrastructure sector, Wike seeks federal government support to complete 400 billion naira millennial TAR. Bauchi secures $91.6 million ECOWAS loan for road projects. And on sports, we told you Amuson settles for bronze as Commonwealth title streak ends. In the foreign scene, Ghana moves to extend presidential term to 5 years. For more news in the housing sector, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Housing TV Africa. Follow our social media platforms and download the Housing TV mobile app and free TV app on Google Play Store and Apple Store to stay connected. Many thanks for watching. I am Kelechi Anarue. Bye for now.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts on Facebook, Housing TV Africa, on Twitter, Housing TV Africa, Instagram, Housing TV Africa. Join the conversation and keep up with latest housing updates.